Great morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tea Talk Thursday. That means that we made it another week, made it through life's challenges, and now we can enjoy the weekend is almost coming, right? Look at that. I got that one lock. Let me tighten it up. Boom, there it is. Ew. Yeah. My ponytail is getting kind of long. Yay. Well, again, thank you to everybody who's tuning in to Tea Talk Thursday. I am Amber Hill. I am the Psychic Life Coach. Normally every week that I come on, I always think of a topic to talk about. And you know what's funny? Like this morning, I had so many different little topics in my mind to talk about. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. How about that? How about today is going to be a little bit different? And we're just going to talk about a whole bunch of things, okay? So we're going to start it the way we always do. It is Tea Talk Thursday, which means what tea are you drinking? This morning, I think last week I showed you guys that I had went to H Mart, an Asian market out here. And Asian market has like millions of teas and coffees and different drinks. So I grabbed, and I think I have had something from this brand before. I'm sorry, guys, I'm blinking because I feel like there's something in my eye. Does anybody else get that? Like your eye is fine, but as soon as you put your eyeliner on, all of a sudden you feel like there's something in your eye. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, are you guys liking my skin? I did a charcoal situation. I did a charcoal mask. Yeah, I'm feeling it. All right, so back to the tea. Yeah, that's what today's going to be like, jumping around. So I wanted to try this tea that I saw at H Mart, and it's by a company called Triple Leaf Tea. And this is the white tea. Has anybody else tried this tea? I like it. I like it. It's an ancient Chinese herb and tea. So it's non-GMO. It's very, very, very organic. And you can drink this hot or tea. And this is a premium white tea. Let me see if it says anything else about it. Mostly talks about the company and very basic stuff, but it's not really going into this tea. But it says it's an organic white tea leaf. They use oxygen bleached tea bags. Our boxes are made from recycled. Anyway, the point is, it's a really good tea. So I made a cup of white tea. Has anybody else drank this white tea? Or has anybody else had white tea, even if it's not by this company? Because I like it. It's interesting. I just like it. Let me see. What I like about it is it's flavorful, but it's a very light tea. Like this is a tea you might want to drink it before you go to bed. Not because it makes you sleepy, because it's just relaxing. This is a tea when you need some meditation. You just want to sit down and be still and think. This is a good tea for that. It's a good morning tea too. But this is a tea like you want to make this tea and drink a book. Like you don't want to drink this tea and then have to be dealing with life stuff, really. You just want to drink this tea and be chilled. Y'all feeling my ponytail? Y'all look at that. I got a little hang on it. Got a little hang on it. Ow. All right. Anyway. Yeah. So that's the tea of the day. And I have one crystal, and I have to go back and look. Did I put the description of last week's crystal? Last week was a lot going out. So let me see, because I have a crystal that I want to talk about. And as I told you guys, I'm only going to just do one crystal because we're only going to do one crystal. And I think I told you, and if anybody's interested, I can put it. You guys got to let me know, though, if you're interested in doing what's called a crystal test, okay? If you guys are interested in a crystal test, then what I can do is I can go ahead and I can leave the crystal test link in the description, and then you guys can click on it at will or as you feel like it, and that way you guys can check it out. All right, so let me see. Here we go. So I'm going to give you I have two crystals that I could actually talk to you about, and I guess I will go with that one. I just want to make sure I pull it up because we are going to do our we are going to do our meditation minute. I want to start that off. I want us to start off being clear, being focused, being tapped in. So let's go ahead and do our 2 minutes. Let's remember there's two ways you can do it, whichever feels right and good for you. That means that you can breathe in. And when you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you are breathing in. I want to put my phone on silent. I don't want it to ring. You can imagine that you are breathing in the breath of life. It's not about how fast you breathe, it's about how slow. So you want to breathe in the breath of life, hold it for 3 seconds, and then release it. And remember, the slower you breathe in, the slower you release, the more tuned in you are. So when you release, you go, It usually takes me about 14 seconds just to let that one air out. That's what it should be for you. You should really pace yourself and be slow and be present. And when you release, I want you talking to yourself saying, let go of the stress, let go of the worry, let go of everything that doesn't serve you. Okay. And then for some of you that are professionals by now and you want to switch it up, you can do your breath in, and then on the way out, you can do a which is kind of like doing ah without making the ah sound. You just feel that breath in the back of your neck. There's so much power in that breath. I love it. All right, ready? Let's do it again. Ready? Here we go with our 2 minutes of meditation minute. Feel your shoulders drop down. Breathe in. Feel your muscles release. Even your face. I just noticed that I was doing this, scrunching my face up. Try to make sure that all your muscles are just relaxed. Everything is relaxed. Last one. All right, how does that feel, guys? I hope that felt really good to you. It felt really good to me. All right, so let me go ahead and set this clock. All right. So the crystal that I'm going to show you guys today is called Blue Lace Agate. And I know it probably seems like I show you guys a lot of stuff out of the blue lace, out of the agates family, because last week, if you remember, I showed you the tree agate, which I should be wearing that in my bra. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and drop it in there. Yes. Okay. All right. So this is the blue lace agate. I hope that my camera will act right. Come on, guy. It has beautiful layers in it that you can see. I'm trying to cover my face because sometimes if my face is in the frame, it'll hone in on my face and won't hone in on the crystal. There we go. You see those lines? All right, so let me tell you about the blue lace agate. The blue lace agate will boost your ability to communicate, especially the thoughts and feelings that you receive from your higher self. This is a soothing and nurturing stone that will bring you calmness and peace of mind. And it is an excellent emotional healing stone with strong metaphysical properties. Blue lace agate can also be used on the third eye to soothe and overcome active mind and to still one's thoughts. Blue lace agate with its blue crystal energy will open and clear the throat chakra. The throat chakra is the voice of the body, a pressure valve that allows the energy from the other chakras to be expressed. So let's see what else I can find on it. But that's mostly is is what I'm seeing on it. It's just a great, 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 great stone. So I wonder, guys, because I've been doing this show for a little while now, and I wonder how many of you really, really like the crystal section of the show. I do it because I have a lot of people that ask about crystals, or there's a lot of people that are starting to get into crystals and they just want to kind of learn about them. So that's why I do it. But I want you guys' feedback about whether or not it's something you care about, or should I continue or not continue to talk about the blue lace agate or crystals in general, I should say. Okay. Does anybody care to say hello? See where you're from? Does anybody have anything on their mind today? That's what I'm saying. Anybody have anything on their mind? I had something earlier. Let me see something. Oh, there it is. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I need to get my lighter. I don't know why, but I literally just felt like this morning that there were some things that you guys wanted to talk about. I feel like there is energy that there's some stuff going on. And I mean, I know there's always stuff going on, but I just felt like you guys had some stuff to talk about. I had so many different ideas. There was a part of me that this morning I wanted to talk about grief, because I know, especially with the holidays coming up, it's a time when a lot of people are experiencing sadness and depression and loneliness, because some people just don't have family that they're close to or that they communicate with. And I felt like that was something or a topic to be discussed this morning. And then there was a part of me that wanted to talk about what was the other thing? Wanted to talk about feeling discouraged, when you feel like you're doing everything right, that you're putting the energy in, you're putting the time in, not people who are just having wishful thinking about stuff, but they're really not making moves. I'm saying people who literally know that they are grinding, they are hustling, they are sacrificing, they are, networking, they're connecting, they're trying to get their business going, or they're trying to get it to grow, and just feeling discouraged. Those were two topics that were on my mind to talk about this morning. What do you do? What do you do when you don't feel like you're seeing the evidence of the work that you are putting in and that you're doing? What do you do? How do you keep going? How do you not give up? What do you do when you are grieving? It's so interesting because I've talked about this before. Like, me and my mom, first of all, I was really pretty much raised as from a single parent, my mom. My father was not in the picture most of my life. I do have some memories of him. And my mom and my dad were married, and then they got divorced, and that's what happened. So, you know, my mom was the one, of course, that I was very much close to and grew with and everything. And then my mom, at some point, me and my mom fell out. And when we fell out, which again, I've talked about this on different shows, so this isn't really anything new, but, um, to, I never realized, like, when you're not in someone's energy and you're not in their face and you're not in their presence, it's like really easy for you to be like, oh, forget them. I wouldn't even care if they died because, come on now. I am not, y'all know y'all have heard that, especially when you're talking about what people consider to be a deadbeat parent or whatever, whatever. Like, oh, if I never talked to them, I wouldn't even care if they died, blah, 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 all of that. Whereas me and my mom had, I would say a decent relationship up until, I guess up until we didn't. There was a point in our lives where we got really, really close, and then we didn't. And, my mom was the type where if she wasn't cool with you, she didn't want anybody else to be cool with you. So it wasn't like she was the gatekeeper to all the information and phone numbers of my grandmother, my cousins, all of that, my aunts, all of that. And so when me and my mom fell out, I had no family, and I had no way to get a hold of family. There was no Facebook back then, wasn't no MySpace. So pretty much I was just alone in the world with just me and my brother every now and again, connecting when he would breeze into town. Hello. Hello, Badushi. So I really did grow in this world pretty much from the age of 14 up without a parent, without my mom, without anything. So when I received the phone call that my mother had passed away in 2007, you know, it was a shock, of course, right? Because you always think that you and your parents will be able to, get it right, come back together. Y'all one day will make it up and everything will be cool. And I've had people ask me, like, how did you feel when your mom died? And it was like, I felt like I lost two things. I felt like, okay, my mom is gone and I lost her, but I also, that day that she died, so did hope, because I felt like as long as she was alive, I had hope that one day she would, pick up the phone and realize, hey, I want my family in my life, and or my daughter in my life, her son, and that was never going to happen again. So for a long time, because I was like 14 something years without my mom in my life, which was like, a long time, you know. It's like you get used to not having that parent around. You get used to not having that connection with them as, you would want to have. And so when So the point I guess I'm making is that I did fly down to be a part of burying my mom in her service when she passed away in 2007. And that was very difficult, because the last time my eyes laid eyes on my mother, she was alive. And then to see her in this situation where I know that I can never talk to her again, I know that we'll never be able to mend those fences. Um, I guess my mourning of my mom is a little off. Okay, so the thing is, my mom passed away on February 24th, but we didn't actually have her service until March 7th or March 8th, 7th or 8th, one of those. And the reason why is because they refused to pretty much bury her until they could find me and my brother, because she was estranged from both of us, the only two children that that were alive and that she gave birth to. So that's why the day that I remember her, when I seen her, on her service, is different from the day that she passes. So oftentimes the day she actually passes will pass me by and I don't even really think about it, because to me, I just remember the service. Um, and I will honestly have to say, I think when I really honestly, and that was 2007. And yes, I shed a lot of tears and I cried at the time. But to really, really mourn, your parent, like there's nobody else in the world. Like it doesn't even matter who else in your life. Like when your parent goes, it's such a deep hole. If that relationship is good, if that relationship is bad, no matter what, it's a whole, right? And so I never really mourned, I don't think properly, my mom. Like I did at the time, but last year I had to go on a mission because when my mom passed, she was married. And so everything went to my stepfather. And when my stepfather had possession of everything, he never wanted to let go of anything to me. So it was crazy, because anything I asked for, he was just like, I want to keep it, baby. And of course, legally, he had a right to. He didn't want to give up anything that belonged to my mother, not out of greed, but out of love, that he loved her so much. He just did. He wanted to hold on and hoard everything that belonged to her. So last year, my stepfather passed away. So all the stuff that was in his apartment, honestly, I had no access to, because he legally didn't adopt me, because of course him and my mom met when I was a grown person out on my own. So in the state of Arizona, if he didn't adopt you, even if your parents legally married, I'm no more than someone walking down the street to him, which is messed up. But that's just how Arizona is. So literally, he had a girlfriend that lived there. She literally took everything in the house. He had some stuff in the house. And what she did was she pretty much took his ashes and my mom's ashes, and she gave them to his best friend. And she pretty much cleaned out everything else that he left in the home that was literally with him. And the only thing I had access to was what was in the storage area. So I went on a mission in November of last year, And I drove down by myself, and I drove down to go get whatever was in the storage space. And I really didn't know what was in there. But I was praying for my mom's poetry, because she was a poet who never got published. And, some things that belonged to her. And it was very surreal to go through personal items that belong to your mom that she's no longer here, but maybe she would or would not want you to see. You just don't know what you're going to find. And I was able to get the things that really, really were important to me, and important to her, out of everything. So I was really grateful for it. So it was really interesting, because the trip down there was really amazing, and it wasn't a sad trip for me, right? So I got my mom's ashes, I got my stepdad's ashes, and I got all the rest of the things that, I felt needed to be got. Then I came back home. It was not until I literally got back here, and I have my mom's ashes, and I have a picture of her and some things, and I have her jewelry armoire with her jewelry still in it, and I literally have it sitting in my room. And I had a moment where I just looked at her picture, and it was like the first time I feel like I really, truly, truly, truly like mourned my mom, like just cried and let my heart break. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird, but I feel like I have a better relationship with her now than I did before. So why am I talking about this, right? I'm talking about it because, hey, that's what I said. Today was going to be a whole bunch of different shit. So last night, or this morning, I had this really weird dream. It was crazy. And I dreamed that I was with my stepfather, and I was with my stepfather because my mom had just passed. And it was like 4 days, 4 days since my mom passed. And the dream was just really, really crazy. But yeah, it was a little off in the dream, but the moral of the story was, is I was with my stepfather, and my mom had just passed. Now, of course, she passed in 2007. But it felt so real, like the sadness that I had that my mom passed, that literally I woke up and I literally cried this morning, like cried the loss of my mom. And it was just like, wow, that's really deep. So that's what made me start thinking about grief, and how do we move on, because there's a lot of people that are grieving, and there's a lot of people that literally just give up on life because they're in such a sad place that their parent or someone that they love passed away. And it's just like, I try to think to myself, like, what can I say to my daughter, to my sons, so that when I'm no longer here, the last thing I want them to do is to use me as an excuse or a reason to be so messed up emotionally or depressed that they can't live their life. Like, I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for anyone that loves me or knows me. I don't want, because I die, now you die. I want you to live, and I want you to live happy, and I want you to laugh, and I want you to do all the things that you never thought you could do before. That's what I want. But there's some people who just can't, for lack of a better word, move forward. I'm going to say move forward. I'm not going to say move on. And the only thing I can say to you is, I send you love and light for healing. I send you love and light for understanding that I understand your loss. I understand your loss. I understand. And people who have never lost a parent, I've lost both. I've lost my father. I've lost my mom. I've lost my stepfather. I've lost my stepmother. I've lost my mother-in-law. I've lost my grandparents on both, grandmothers on both sides. Like, I've lost so many friends. I've lost my best friend. I've lost so many people that at one point I literally went to 3 funerals within a month and a half, and I was over it. I was like, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. So I understand loss. I have felt loss more times than I care to even think about, remember, process or anything. But I want you to know that it is never anything that you'll get over. Grieving the loss of someone, you will never get over it. But I promise you that in time, it will get better. It will get better. It will get easier to move on without that person or without those people that you love. And that's all I want to say. I don't want to say you're wrong for grieving. I don't want to say that. But don't use the loss of a loved one as a reason for you not to continue to live your best life. That's what I'll say on that. And I think on that, we'll leave it there. I think that's the best topic that I want to say. That's what I want to say about it. That I send you all love and light to everybody who is experiencing loss, who is grieving. The holidays are coming up. I know it's going to be a tough time for some. I want you to know that it gets better. It gets better. All right, guys, I'm going to do the group reading, and then I'm going to let y'all go. All right. And also, I want to just reiterate, if you live in the Atlanta, Georgia area, you guys know that I have my annual giveaway going on right now. The applications are accepted on my website only. Hitting me up is not going to get it. You have to fill out an application. That is on my website, the letter B, the letter N, BeInspiredLifeCoaching.com. Go to the website, go under the giveaways page, look at the videos. Even here, you can scroll down and see the videos of the last 3 years I've done it, how we've come in and surprised families, bless them with some amazing things. If you know of anybody, please, time is running out. It ends on October 30th. No more applications will be accepted. Okay? Please share that information. Also on my page, The Inspired Services, the Facebook page, you will see that the flyer with all this information. Also, if you would like to be a volunteer that will help us bring the stuff to the family, please let us know, okay? All right, right now, Vidushi, I am doing a group reading. That means this reading is for anybody who's on the video, okay? So maybe whatever answers that you seek, you'll get your answers in this reading, okay? All right. All right, my spirit guides, I ask that you would come forward to deliver messages of love and light to those that need it, messages of healing to those who seek it. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Give me a moment. Okay. One second. I am doing a group reading. So this reading is going to go for everybody that's on, well, not everybody, but this group reading is going to go towards the people who are here on this video. So if you just want to hold on, you may find that these cards will hit you. Give me a second. Okay. So the first thing that I'm seeing is that somebody has been seeking possibly a job promotion or a new position or some type of expansion as it relates to business. And I'm seeing that they are not getting the recognition and the reward that they feel like they should be getting. So this possibly could mean that if you are trying to get a promotion, that right now maybe it's not going to happen for you as it relates to your money, but that's okay. Do not get discouraged. But right now, or it's also that you're feeling like you're not being appreciated at the job where you're at. And this is directly related to business. Okay, so I also see that we have the authority card. The number 4 speaks to solid foundations, it speaks to structure, realization, stable situations, and planning. Okay, the authority card. This card is upside down right now. So that's making me feel that somebody is really not tapping into those abilities and those characteristics that they need to move forward in their life. Like when I see the authority card, that speaks to being power, that speaks to being strong and all of that. And on some level, someone is just really not tapping in to those abilities within themselves. I'm not sure why, but all of those things that you need to move forward, which is being strong. Maybe you're having issues believing in yourself. You're having issues with your confidence. But I see that someone needs to really work on being much more confident, much more their strength, and turning to that. There's something interesting going on with that. Okay, so the other thing that I'm seeing is that somebody is definitely not speaking up about something. I'm seeing the throat chakra, which again speaks to change and alignment, which says that there is some changes and some shifts that are going on, but that this card is in reverse. So there is change and alignment that's going on as it relates to you speaking up about how you feel and what you want. It's upside down. So that's saying to me that you're just not doing that for whatever the reason. You are not speaking up. Now, yes, some people feel like because they run their mouth all the time, that means something. That doesn't mean that you're saying the things that need to be said. There is a shift going on right now. So hopefully in this shift, you will start speaking up about yourself. I don't know what type of change or alignment is going on, but something is going on and you're not speaking up your truth about how you feel or something. Let me see. I'm going to come back to that card because there's something else with that. Maybe there's some changes being made around you or something is going on around you and you're just not really saying anything about it. And you need to be speaking up because there's some shifting going on. Okay, I will say this straight up. There's quite a few cards that are upside down. So that's just saying that there's some work that y'all got to be doing. Someone needs to be doing some work. Okay, so also, I see that you also have your third eye chakra. Your third eye chakra is going on. And the number 6. Again, number 6 speaks to harmony, appreciation, loyalty, responsibility, and self-sacrifice. This card is in reverse as well. So the first thing that this is telling me is that you're not trusting yourself. Somebody is not trusting themselves. You're not following your intuition about something. And the fact that it's right next to your throat chakra, I'm not sure why you're not trusting your intuition. There is something going on around you and you are not paying attention. I don't know why. Does anybody want to tell me why they're not paying attention or why they're not speaking up about what they see is going on? Who's noticing that there's something going on and they're not speaking up? And your instinct is telling you something ain't right. And I see that this third eye chakra is going on right next to love begins. Okay, so obviously this is telling me that somebody is having some intuition that something is going on within their love relationship. And this is why your love relationship is taking a change. There's a change in your love relationship because you see something and you're not trusting your intuition about it. Yep. Third eye chakra. Mm-hmm. Could be some loyalty issues. Loyal love begins. Yeah. Yep. I'm feeling like somebody definitely is getting some intuition about something going on within their love relationship. And something is going on because it also shows that there's been a shift within your love relationship, that you got something has shifted within your relationship. And it also could represent that a relationship just ended or whatever. And maybe you have some thoughts or instincts as to why it's ending or what's going on. That's what I see. I do see that you have the hope card. And I'm glad this card, look closely. Do you see in the light? Do you see the man in the light? That you have to trust. Trust your higher self. Have hope. 17 is 7 plus 1 is 8, which speaks to power and control. It speaks to organization, materialism. I feel like hope is what you have on your side. This is a very optimistic person, someone who is very hopeful, who hope will take you everywhere. I love that. I love that hope card. Hope is just like having faith. It's just trusting. Also, again, the power card. Number 8, again, speaks to power and control. That says that you need to tap into this. That says believing in yourself, that you are stronger, that you are more capable of what you don't think you are, that you just need to have faith in yourself. Okay? You need to have faith in yourself. You need to believe in yourself that you can do it. You are so powerful and so much more capable than you're giving yourself the credit for. Well, now this is interesting. There's a couple cards in here as it relates to this. Okay, so it's really interesting. I'm seeing possibly that there is the end of one relationship and the beginning of another one. Because it's so interesting that we have the love begin card and number 1 speaks to new beginnings, but it's in reverse. So that's telling me that for some reason, there's something upside down as it relates to love, but I see the harmony card. And again, this number 6 speaks to union. It speaks to harmony. It speaks to loyalty, responsibility. Maybe the other person is just not being, the other person up here is not being loyal. Maybe you have some option for a new relationship to come through. Maybe there is one relationship moving out and is over, but then there is a new one that's going to come along. Also, I want to say this because this card is next to it. Try not to get into the negative mindset that because, we can do that, right? Like when things don't work out for us with who we want it to work out for, we can tend to become very negative and we can lose hope that love will really happen for us. And that's why I'm noticing, like I said, the hope card is right next to love begins upside down. So maybe that says that whoever you're talking to, maybe that's just not a good look for you. And maybe that's just not the person that it needs to be. But I see that harmony is going to happen within a relationship. and that this is going to be a relationship that is going to have loyalty, that is going to have self-sacrifice. It is going to have someone who is responsible and capable. And that's wonderful. I also see this too, again, as it relates to your money is upside down. I see that you have some choices that you need to be making as it relates to your money. And this is a card of money, but what I always notice in this card is that this card represents everything. The yellow represents the money, the red represents the passion, which is, also, representing the relationship. The green is representing, your spirituality, and the blue is representing your mental space. So I feel like there are some choices that need to be made as it relates to possibly your money, a relationship. Uh, that's why I say it's really interesting, because this is a card. The red is a card of money, but because it has all these other things, I'm saying that there are some choices that need to be made lately that either are affecting all of those other areas of your life, or those areas of your life are affecting your money. Either way, I see that there are some choices that either have to be made as it relates to partnership, relationship, or anything like that. Let me ask the angel cards to come forward. Even as it relates to that throat chakra card, I'm seeing that, and I feel like maybe you used to be someone who used to really speak up for yourself and speak your mind, but for whatever the reason, something has happened, and now you're not really doing that, but you should. Four of Ariel. This is one of the angel cards that fell out. The Four of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to change. Extremes in how you save or spend. Okay, so then that might have something to do with, like I said, with your money. Somebody here is just has to find the balance within your money. Again, the number 4 speaks to stability. Okay, and that's saying that you're probably all over the place with your money, that either you're spending way too much or you're going too far. But don't be resistant to change. Always be open to change, because change can take you to the next level. You will never go to the next level staying where you are. So you always have to be open to that. Okay. The next card is the Emperor. Again, the number 4. This is all about stability for somebody. Somebody has been experiencing some instability as it relates to some stuff. Stability and efficiency. Taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. Remember when I said you're going to have to learn to tap into your power, so that way you can make some good decisions for yourself. Also, I told you that you will have to tap into that part of you that takes charge, that handles your business, that does what needs to be done. That is also the authority card as it relates to it. So the angel cards are being right on time with the psychic deck as far as what the card said. Queen of Raphael, kind, understanding, giving, and psychic. Follow your heart. A love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. Right here, that is validation that you're not listening. This card right here, let me see if I can get the camera to. Come on, card. Focus. Follow your heart. A love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. But what did I tell you? You're not trusting yourself. Your third eye chakra card is saying you're not trusting yourself. You're not following your intuition. You have to learn to trust yourself. And then let's see. 10 of Gabriel. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. Maybe that has something to do with the love relationship. Working too hard to please others. What about you? Our last card is going to be our fairy card. Thank you for stepping forward and delivering messages of love and light to the viewers. Five of Spring, which also speaks to change and alignment, opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. All right now. So maybe somebody's experiencing a clashing or bumping of heads with someone. That's what I'm seeing there. Let me see. Queen of Autumn, generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. That's another angel card. Fairy card. Well, it seems very clear. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. That means you possibly will meet someone to partner with or someone that can open the door for you. The Five of Spring, opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or other people, overly ambitious. Then we have the Ten of Gabriel. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. 10 is new beginnings. Queen of Raphael, follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. That means learn to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and listen to yourself. That's why it's there. The number 4, the Emperor, stability and efficiency. Remember, what did I say about number 4? Solid foundation, which is stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. And what? To take charge, you have to tap into the power that is within you. 4 of Ariel, again, 4, stable situations. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. Do better with your money. You have some choices you need to make as it relates to your money. Choose wisely. I see that right now reward and recognition is not in the cards for you as it relates to your money, which means I see that if you've applied to a promotion or maybe you've applied for a new job, it's possible that it's not your time right now. It's not going to happen. I see that there is a shift in love for you. And there is a number 1. I don't understand why this card is upside down. And then we have this harmony card that is right side up. That just makes me think that maybe there is some type of a love relationship that you've been dealing with somebody. And it's possible that that person is not doing right. And therefore, you may need to trust your instincts, which is your third eye. And that love will come the way that you want it to. You just can't give up hope. Have hope, trust that everything is going to work out for you. Learn to speak up, speak your truth about how you really feel, that there is some changes going on around you and you're not really speaking how you feel or think about the situation. I want you to start tapping in and trusting yourself, trusting your decisions, trusting the leaning on the ability to be strong, to take charge, and do what you need to do to handle your business. Okay? All right, guys, that is the reading. That is the reading of the day. That is the reading of the day. Today is the 17th, so probably anywhere between today and the next couple of days, I will make another video that is going to highlight the very next zodiac. What is it? Is it Scorpio? Is it Scorpio season? I think Scorpio. Is that what it is, guys? Is Scorpio season next? Let's see. Okay, let's see. I think so. I think it's Scorpio. I think it is. I think that's what it is. I think it's Scorpio season. Yeah, I'm right. It's Scorpio. All right, Scorpios. I'm gonna do a birthday reading for y'all soon. Anywhere between today and the next couple of days. I hope everything is well. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for the support. If you like this video, click on it. If you don't like this video, I'm so sorry. I hope to see you again. Please subscribe to this channel. I'd love to see you again. All right. Be blessed. And remember, always begin within. Don't work outside in, work inside out. All right. Take care.